Hello, my sword students. Sword Senta here, back at again with another video. Sorry I didn't post Discord yesterday. Um, I just I just lost all motivation that day after doing Abandoned. But to make it up to you, I'm gonna do uh two Discords. Um, so yeah. Anyway, where we last left off was where Bakugo, he was hugging and crying. He was hugging and crying. He was hugging Deku and crying because they haven't seen each other in so long. And Katsuki asks where Deku, where has he been? And yeah, I think I said Deku got his memories back. I don't remember. Hold on, let me just turn on my fan. It's blazing hot in here. Oh, and the dog that I was talking about yesterday that has the floofy neck, she's right next to me right now. Hold on, I'll show you guys her in a sec. Yeah. So this is Bailey. She has floofy neck. Look, floofy neck. Uh, so yeah. Um. Yeah. So yeah, Deku. He got it. I'm just saying he got his memories back, and he explained to Katsuki that he was like he was abandoned in the woods, and Katsuki asks like, "How are you here?" And Deku just responds, I well, I don't have a quirk, but I have something like a quirk, but it's not a quirk. I'm still quirkless, but it's a quirk. I don't know how I got this. And if you guys didn't watch 1 and 1.5, no, if you guys didn't watch, yeah, if you guys didn't watch 1 or 1.5, is that Deku harbors the soul of Cerberus in the DNA, uh, yeah, in the gene of part wolf. If you guys didn't know that, yeah, so he harbors the soul of Cerberus, and Bakugo asks, "Are you doing anything after this?" And Deku says, "No, I'm not doing anything after today." And he, cause I'm saying that Bakugo he didn't bully Deku, uh, cause I'm saying that he's a lot calmer in this. Like he bullied Deku once, but like immediately apologized for it, cause he was under just peer pressure, and never do anything under peer pressure, kids. Like peer pressure will just make you go bad. And did I say I was gonna do 2 episodes of Discord? Scratch that. I'm doing 2 episodes of Abandoned. I'm gonna record Abandoned. I'm recording Abandoned now, and then I'm gonna switch over to Discord and then go back to Abandoned. Not the actual like app Discord. That's just a name of my other what if. Sorry I didn't post yesterday again. I lost all motivation. And yeah. And the time that I wanted to record, it was like 8. And so, I was like really tired. But I have energy right now. It's 11 and I'll have energy till 1, so I'll be fine. So, Deku says no, he's not doing anything after this, and Katsuki says you should come back to over my place. My mom and dad would love to see you. And um and Deku says, yeah. I'll come over. I want to go see Aunt Mitsuki and see how they're doing and stuff. And and as always says Aunt Mitsuki. What? are you two related? And they both say no at the same time. Deku explains um, that Mitsuki was like an aunt to him, and stuff like that. And so Aizawa says, "Yeah, I'm coming over also, because you can't drive, but you." And like Deku says, not yeah, like Deku says, I can just run home, right? Like it will only take me like a few minutes. But Aizawa says, "Yeah, yeah, no, I'm gonna come with you, just in case, just in case." Oh, it's okay, Bailey. Sweet pup. Oh, and if you're wondering what Bailey is, she's a Alaskan Husky mix with a German Shepherd. I call her an Alaskan Jersey. Um, so that's why she's super light. Her fur, and Bailey is like the alcohol coffee thing that you put in your alcohol creamer that makes your coffee sort of like the color of her fur, and that's why we named her Bailey after Bailey's. And Kahlua is also like an alcoholic coffee thing, so that's why we named our other dog Kahlua. Um, so you know, Deku, like now it's time for the quirk apprehension test. Deku doesn't take it because he's not being expelled, obviously. But I'm saying that Bakugo he trained his quirk because he missed Deku, and it was just it was just a way to get his mind off Deku because every time he thought about Deku he just started crying, like soft crying. You couldn't really hear him, but he was crying, and stuff like that. Because I'm just making Bakugo that way. Because like some of my what ifs are gonna be like Bakugo is nicer to Deku. Yeah, some of my what ifs like well, not Discord obviously, but abandoned and betrayed. He's nicer because he's just worried about his friend. Really, calm down. It's just a dream. Um. So Dec, uh, they do the quirk apprehension test. Uh, as always says, Deku, you don't have to take it if you don't want to. And Deku says, "Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take it cause I'm saying that, for his quote unquote quirk to like activate, he has to eat a lot of meat, like either raw or cooked, uh, red or white meat, or fish, because I think that's a whole different meat. I don't know, like yeah. So he has to eat a bunch of meat, bacon and stuff, and pork, that sausage, all of that. Now it's he doesn't take the quirk apprehension test because Aizawa knows everything of what his quote unquote quirk can do, and so Bakugo he gets a lot he does a lot better because he's been training with his quirk and his physical body because to get his mind off Deku because he really missed him and stuff, and so now it's the end of the day, and um, Deku, Aizawa, and Bakugo, they start walking to his house, because I don't think Mitsuki ever, drops him off or picks him up. I think he just walks there, but he gets up really early in the morning. I don't know. But I'm saying that Deku, he's wearing a hood, just to surprise. And, once they reach Bakugo's house, oops. once they reach Bakugo's house, uh, because I'm saying no, Bakugo didn't forget his keys, so he opens the door. Mitsuki says, "Welcome back, Bakugo," and he doesn't call Bakugo doesn't call her old hag, because he's not really that mean. He is like he was mean to people who were mean to Deku, but and I'm saying that yeah, but like no one, like the people who were being mean called him Deku. Bakugo didn't call him Deku, cause I think cause I yeah, he just doesn't call him Deku. He calls him Izuku, but just I'm just cause I make it easier. No one calls. I'm just gonna call him Deku, but what they mean is Izuku, and they see Bakugo's mom, and because I'm saying his dad is there also. They see a hooded figure. No, no, they see a tall, sleepy person, and I'm saying like Bakugo, he studies and he studies and works out just to get his mind on Deku. Just training his quirk, physical training, training his quirk, and studying. So he has good grades, and so you know, Bakugo says, "Mom, Dad, this is my homeroom teacher, Mr. Aizawa, aka Eraserhead." Because I'm saying, he told him who he really was, yada yada yada. Um, and they say, "Oh, hi, Mr. Eraserhead. Why are you here?" And Bakugo, he pulls like this hooded figure out from behind um, Mr. Aizawa and says, "Well, I have a surprise for you." And Deku, he lifts off his hood, and Bakugo's mom and dad, they see Deku. They don't really recognize him at first, and then Mitsuki says, "Izuku? Izuku's that you?" And he says, "Hi, Aunt Mitsuki." And she just, they both just start breaking down and crying, and they come over and hug Deku, yada yada yada, all of that, and um, he is gonna explain to what happened, uh, but like, because in this Inko and Mitsuki are still friends, but like after this conversation, they're not gonna be friends anymore. So you know, he tells him what happened. You know, uh, no, I'm saying Mitsuki says, "Well, where have you been? Are you okay? Like, what happened?" And Deku says, talk. Let's talk about this over dinner, shall we?" Cause he's polite and stuff, and and they also ask why Mr. Aizawa was here, and Deku says, "Well, he's my adopted father." And they say, "What?" And Deku says, "Yeah, so he's my adopted father, because I've been missing, and you know I they didn't really find my parents, so Mr. Aizawa just decided to adopt me." And they see the ears and tail and the crown, because I'm saying he pretty much has the crown on like almost all the time, unless unless he just morphs it into the collar. But it's gonna morph into the collar when he's in like this big three-headed form, um, and uh, and instead of the red, when he morphs into this form, instead of red, it's gonna be blue. Like I'm calling this what is it called, spirit collars, and it's gonna be blue. But when he gets pissed off, it's gonna get red. So is the collar, and so is the crown. I just like having on this picture because this picture looks really cool. Also, if I did not mention this, none of these pictures belong to me. They're just fan art of Cerberus. Yeah, fan art, and more fan art, and that is something for next time. Um, so, um, you know, they say what, then I'll and he says I'll tell you over dinner. And the reason why he didn't take the core comprehension test, because I said he has to eat a lot of meat and stuff, and he does explain this to Mitsuki and his dad. So they make like a big bowl, like, but I'm saying that Deku, he brought like a big steak. So he just so he prefers it cooked over raw, because he thinks that cooked tastes better than raw. So Deku, because I'm saying he pretty much has this, like, it's Cerberus is the guardian of the underworld. So I'm saying that he creates sort of this I'm saying that he uses the crown and it's on his finger, but in like this sort of flame. It's blue, but when it gets pissed, it's gonna turn red. So and then he just he touches the crown and with his pointer finger, and he waves it over the steak, cooking it, and they see it's cooking, and and then it's only like a little bit of the crown. Like I'm saying, it's just like a quarter of the crown that's missing. And so he's cooking the steak, and then he jams his finger in the steak in the raw steak, and it just completely cooks. And so he just puts it back, and he just licks his fingers. And so me they start eating, laughing, yada yada yada, having a good time. And now Deku says, okay, now I'm gonna tell you what happened. He explains what happened, and he doesn't know why he has the well, he knows why he has the crown, but he doesn't know why he has the ears and tail. And they ask, so why do you have the crown? He says, well, I got the crown because I was deemed as king of my wolf pack. I was I was the king of the entire wolves. I was king of wolves. Ugh, excuse me. My breakfast left me gassy. Um, excuse me. Ugh. How long do I have left? 41 minutes. Yeah, I need to clean this thing. Deku, he just, you know, he explained what happened, what he does in his wolf pack, yada yada yada, all of that stuff. Now, now, uh, Mitsuki and Bakugo's dad. I don't remember his name. Miru. I don't remember his name. He they block Mitsuki. I mean not Mitsuki. Hasashi and Inko from all social media and phone and stuff, and they're not gonna like post it on the internet that they just abandoned their son because he was quirkless, yada yada yada, all of that stuff. And this is gonna play an important role next, like later in the story. So yeah, Deku, and there are gods like not Lucifer, but Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, um, the Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, Hephaestus, all of those gods, the Greek gods, yada yada yada. They're all real, and uh, so Deku, you know, and it's like the next day, and Bakugo and Deku they hang out a lot now because they were obviously friends and just missed each other, And Deku, he asked how Bakugo was doing in its studies and with this quirk, and he says, "Well, I've gotten a lot better at using my quirk, and I've been keeping up my studies because I didn't, because every time that I thought about you, I started crying, and he sort of just cries a little bit, but not really, and Deku just turns into his wolf form and just starts licking Bakugo's face and puts his. And I'm saying this is in the classroom, so he just starts licking his face, and he puts his head on his lap. And Deku can speak in his human form, in his wolf form, Japanese. Uh, and Deku says, "Cuddle, cuddle with me. You'll feel better." And Bakugo's like, "What?" "Trust me, I know what I'm talking about." And he cuddles with Deku, obviously in his wolf form, and he does feel better, because wolves and dogs are pretty much the same thing, but and you know what? This is actually a true fact. Most wolves are highly, 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 highly misinterpreted, because like some wolves, oops, because I've seen this one YouTube video of where this big wolf. Well, no, yeah, pretty big wolf. Well, there was two of them. No, there was one of them, and the wolf. Some complete strangers just walked up to the wolf, and well, this was obviously in like a sanctuary and stuff for the wolves. Like I think it was like a wolf sanctuary or something like that to help injure wolves. To help injured wolves, and the wolf just came up and just started saying hi to uh saying hi to these complete strangers, and the wolf was actually nice. If you guys don't believe me, search up nice wolves, and some videos will come up of wolf just being nice. If that's actually true, and the and so it like you know uh he's just cuddling with Deku, and then like some people just come up, and Deku just like he says to the entire class, because he's the entire class is still there. This is sort of like a free not a free period, but in between period. And Deku, he just gets up on the podium, and Mr. Aizawa, he went off to go do something, and Deku, he says to the entire class, "Okay, hi everybody. My name was Izuku Midoriya. My name is now Izuku Aizawa. You may know me as being Mr. Aizawa's son. And the reason why I'm up on this podium is if you need any therapy, free therapy, come to me, and you can just talk to me. And trust me, I've helped a kid who had like depression from his parents being killed in a villain attack, and he hated heroes. He absolutely despised heroes, and I helped him get over that just by like listening and being there. If you guys need any help with like if you're struggling with, anxiety or something or depression, just come to me. We can talk it out. Have a step-by-step conversation. And if you need any like emotional support, stuff like that, just come to me. Like I'm just pretty much gonna be here, like pretty much all the time, because Mr. Aizawa, he works here. He's my dad. So he tells this to the entire class, and I'm saying that some of the class, like are like thankful, and some. I'm saying that Todoroki, Deku, he just walks up to Todoroki, and he just like literally just grabs Todoroki in his human form, and he says to Todoroki, "Yeah, you're my first you're gonna be my first therapy session. And Deku, you know, you know, he transforms into his wolf form, and Todoroki, like, he doesn't know what to do, and then Deku, he just, he just cuddles with, you know, Todoroki, and Todoroki, he actually like feels warmth that his like mother gave him, sort of like that, because it's pretty much animal instinct, because he thinks of all of Class 1A as pups, and they're like not like mother and father. He thinks of them as like little wolf pups. I think that's right. Yeah, wolf pups, because cubs are bears, or small bears, right? Wolf pups. Yeah, I think those are wolf cubs. No, that I don't remember the right term, if it's wolf cubs or wolf pups, but I think it's wolf pups. Um, he cuddles with Todoroki. Todoroki, he starts crying a little bit, and Deku, he just says in Japanese, "Tell me what's wrong. Come on, you can tell me anything." And then Todoroki, he explained, what happened, yada yada yada, all of that, and I'm saying that Deku, he's talking with Todoroki, and he's helping Todoroki slowly break his shell down, and he says, "Todoroki, meet me after class today, or anytime. Just, but we're gonna have another therapy session tonight. I mean, after class, okay?" And Deku's and Todoroki's, he's crying a little bit, and he says, "Yeah, sure." And he and this is still during like this, not free period, but break, and he comes around to everybody. They say, yeah, they say, because I'm saying that he can somewhat sense like dread and depression and anxiety. If I didn't, because I think that's what I said in the last video. Sorry if you can hear my fan right now. Okay, it's hot. Ugh. Damn bean burrito. Ugh. Hiccups. So Deku, he goes around to the people who like need help, and Kota, like not the kid, but the one that can talk to animals. He helps Kota, with his shyness and stuff. He helps Jiro with the same thing, and he just helps everybody, and they feel better. Like they feel like a lot better, because he's gonna be pretty much he's gonna be a two type hero. He's gonna be the emotional hero that helps people with like depression, anxiety, like all of that stuff, you know, and like just sad thoughts, and the wolf hero, because I'm just saying that. That's pretty much his two types that he's gonna be, a wolf hero and a emotional support hero, and he just helps around the class, yada yada yada. And now it's time for you know what is it called? It's time for the what is it called? It's time for the heroes versus villains test. I don't know why I couldn't remember that, and that uh oh, his costume. Oh, and I did say Mirako is in this. So he also helps out Mirako, and Mirako like has a crush on him. like a small crush, but you know she doesn't really know that it's a crush, and you know, so oh, what is he gonna wear? Oops. I'm saying, sorry. This is for a whole nother thing. Oops. I'm saying he's wearing this. But no. Yeah, I'm saying he wears this armor. I know I'm showing you like some private, not private, but you know, like something that you shouldn't see. But where the red, where the red is, it's blue, but it obviously changes to his emotions. And I'm saying that blue means calm. You know, he's just calm and collective. Um, you know, red is when he gets pissed. Those are pretty much his only two emotions. He's gonna be like calm, collective, but not like a robot. You know, he has emotions. You know, and he just wears that. He has what's it called? Yeah, he just wears the armor because you know Cerberus, and he doesn't have the crown. I'm saying that he can like turn the crown into pretty much anything, but the crown, but you know, the spirit thing, and he doesn't have the collar on. He turns it into a warhammer because he's just gonna put it on his back. And I'm saying like like the crown is like really condensed, spiritual energy, so it's a lot bluer than it actually is, and that's why he pretty much could cook the entire steak. And just having like 1/4 is like a lot of just power, not spiritual pressure, but you know spirit, and the collars are gonna be like the same thing. It's a lot more condensed, but the Warhammer is less condensed. So you know he's just wearing that, and he just shapeshifts his crown into into his into his back. And I'm saying the armor has like a place where his tail can go. No, I'm saying he just wraps his tail, not wraps his tail, but he just brings his tail like forward around his private area, because some dogs do that, when they're like sad or something, and Deku, he just does that on instinct when he's putting on clothes that doesn't have like like a thing for his tail, and like all his clothes have a thing for his tail, a hole for his tail. That's what I meant to say, and. But All Might comes rushing in. Izuku doesn't really get excited because he somewhat knows All Might just from like being there for a couple years. He knows All Might. He says hi All Might. Oh, and All Might says, oh hi Izuku. I mean, hi Cerberus. And that's gonna be his hero name, Cerberus. And like, they say, All Might, and Deku says, yeah. My dad teaches here. Mr. Aizawa teaches here, and he's my dad. And I've been living here for like 2 years. Pretty much. Yeah. So, stuff like that happens. Yada, yada, yada. I'm gonna say it's Mirko and Deku. If I'm saying Mirko wrong, no, the rabbit hero. I'm just gonna call her the rabbit hero because I don't remember her. I think it is Mirko. Yeah, I'm saying it is Mirko. Because I'm gonna do a special ship for what's it called, cheated on, cheated, stuff like that. And Deku, yeah, he's on a team with Mirko instead of Uraraka, and it's Mirko and Deku versus not Uraraka, Bakugo and Ida. And I'm saying that obviously Bakugo is a lot calmer, but I'm saying that uh, Bakugo comes up with a Bakugo and Ida, come up with a plan for just Bakugo to rush at Deku and what's it called Mirko and stuff like that. And so he says to Mirko that Bakugo is probably gonna rush because his quirk is mostly close quarters combat. And I'm saying what is it called? Bakugo, he doesn't learn the AP shot, but his quirk, not quirks, but quirk is like stronger, so they're bigger blasts. But I'm saying that his gauntlets, they still have that ability, but he's not gonna use it, obviously, because he doesn't want to kill his like best friend and a classmate. So Bakugo, he comes charging down, and like he is gonna fight Deku, even though he doesn't want to, but he is gonna have to. So he fights Deku, and I'm saying he Deku takes the Warhammer, and just starts, just bashing. Well, it doesn't bash, but like it hits Bakugo, and it sends Bakugo flying because Deku's strong, and like Momo says, "What? You're not allowed to have weapons," and and I'm saying that Mr. Aizawa's there, and Mr. Aizawa says that's not a physical weapon; it's a spiritual weapon. Well, not a spiritual weapon. The crown that he always wears, and people say, yeah. Aizawa says it's that. It turns it into that. He can control what it looks like and how it works. So, they say, oh, okay. So, he still has the armor on, obviously. But, the Warhammer, he just, hits Bakugo. Bakugo just sent flying. And he says, Mirko, go. Mirko just starts running up. And I'm saying that Deku, he does know that, know where the bomb is. So he tells Mirko where the bomb is. Because I'm saying that he can smell Ida. And he sort of heard where Bakugo was coming from, so he just sort of mapped out what floor it's supposed to be on, cause he big brain. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sorry, my foot's getting cramped. Really? Okay, okay, it's okay. So Deku, yada yada yada. He hits Bakugo. Actually, like, he doesn't hit him hard, but he hits him, and he sends him flying. And Bakugo, he hits the wall and just like straight up gets knocked out just from how strong Deku is, because he's not gonna be in his wolf form all the time, but he's gonna do that for like stealth mission, well, not stealth missions, but like missions, like missions that he will have to do, but force missions and searching for lost kids. He's gonna do that, and he's gonna he's is a rescue hero also, because wolf a wolf has heightened senses, and pretty much Deku can see in the dark because of the nighttime pack stuff, and Deku, so he just knocks out Bakugo, and Mirko is just battling Ida with leg, leg versus leg, engine versus bunny. And I'm saying that Mirko, because she works on her legs a lot, and she does because Ida focuses on running, um, focuses more on running, while Mirko works on her whole lower body, not running, but jumping, doing squats, stuff like that. You know, uh, like squat pressing. Squat pressing is like is where you have weights like on, if you have like not, what is it called, dumbbell, no, not dumbbell, um those big, um those big, what is it called, like it's just a pipe and there's weights on the end, like those, you know what the ones that I'm talking about, weights on each end. And uh she like she has it on her neck, and she wraps her arms like around the thing and does squats like that to build up more muscle. And so she just knocks out Ida, and obviously Deku puts capture tape on Bakugo, and Mirko just puts capture tape on Ida, and um, Mirko touches the bomb and All Might says, your team wins, and like everything goes same to canon. Cause I'm just saying that, and instead of the team with Moneta, that team, it's Uraraka instead of Moneta, and because I said what's it called, Mirko uh is replacing Moneta, so yeah. Um, so they get back. Obviously, Bakugo like somewhat has like a splitting headache and says, "Ow," and Deku says, "Sorry, didn't mean to hit you that hard." Oh, I didn't mean to hit you that hard. Like I totally forgot how my power works just for like a split second. And that was just like a light tap. I mean, was just like a normal swing. It wasn't a power swing. That was just a simple normal swing. And Bakugo says, "A normal swing? What's your power swing?" Deku says, let me think. Because, he big brain. He says, "I could probably level out 3/4 of a city, of that city that we were just in." And Bakugo's like, his jaw drops. Like, and Deku says, like, that's probably like my most powerful swing. But like a power swing would probably level like a quarter of the city. And Bakugo's like, "What? How are you this strong?" And Deku says, "I have no clue." Obviously, Cerberus, he's strong. And I am doing two abandons today. If I, I'm just saying it again so I can remind myself. And I'm doing one Discord to make it up to you guys for missing Discord. I'm just doing two abandons because I don't want to do two Discords, and because it looks like you guys like abandoned, and like, yeah. Anyway, um, ugh, excuse me. Ugh. Deku, he, everything goes same to canon, yada yada yada. And um, I'm saying it's, Aizawa does tell them about, the USJ that we will be going to in a couple, days and stuff. And like during this time, I'm saying it's a week. They don't have a week off, but the USJ is in a week. So Bakugo and Deku, they hang out a lot, and he has been helping Todoroki, with emotional support and stuff. Breaking down his shell, and like the day before, um, the USJ, uh, Deku completely breaks Todoroki's shell, and and stuff like that, and he helps him. He talks to him about his fire side. He says it's not his quirk, it's your quirk. You might have inherited from him, but you are the one who controls it. Nobody else. It's you. You control the fire. not Endeavor. Endeavor, he has a completely different quirk from you. He has only fire. He has Hellfire. I think because if I don't remember his name, but I don't remember the quirk's name, but Deku says it's your fire. Uh, it's your quirk, because Deku says because Endeavor, he doesn't have a half and half quirk. You have a half ice, half fire quirk. It's your quirk. No one else controls it but you. And you know, since his shell is completely broken, he listens to Deku and stuff, and he says, "Yeah, you're right. I've just been stupid about this." And Deku says, "And I think it's time that you go see your mom. She won't be angry at you, but she won't be angry at you. Just you are confident now. You can do it. Go see your mom." And Todoroki, he goes see his mom like earlier than the actual anime and stuff. Talking to her, like telling her about his best friend, uh, Deku, but he calls him Izuku, because like pretty much everybody calls him Izuku, because it would just be really confusing for just to say Aizawa, and just Mr. Aizawa, Shota Aizawa, just pops up and says yes, and they say, "Oh, I meant Izuku," and everyone just calls him Izuku because of that, and Deku does tell him about, just call me Izuku, and so stuff like that. Now it's time for the USJ. They're wearing their costumes, and and Tsuyu, Bakugo, Todoroki, and Bakugo, Todoroki, and what's her name? Mirako are talking. Yeah, the rabbit hero. I think that's her name. I don't remember. I'm sorry. But Todoroki, yeah, they're all talking, yada yada yada, and Asui brings up, um, what is your, no, Asui doesn't bring it up. They're just talking, and now it's the USJ, and Izuku says, like when they get off the bus, he says, "Dad," and Aizawa says yes. And Deku says, "I smell more people in there." And Mr. Aizawa says, "Only 13's in there. Could she have brought friends?" And Deku, he says no. Villains. And Mr. Aizawa says, "What? Villains?" And so Mr. Aizawa opens the door, and he says, "Everybody just wait here." Uh, no, well, not, he just says, "Everybody just stay here." He doesn't go in, and he just yells to 13 to come out of the USJ. 13 comes out, and she asks why, and Deku says, "Because I smell villains. They're in there. They probably came for All Might. Because All Might was supposed to be here, but he's not." And, Deku doesn't know about the injury, but he can tell that something's wrong. And, I don't know if Mirio got All for One. I mean, One for All. Not All for One, One for All. I don't know if I said that. I don't think I did. I'm just gonna hold off on it. And Deku, he says, "Should I take care of this? Because it would be a lot quicker if I did." And Mr. Aizawa says, "Yeah, I think you should." And so Deku, because I'm saying like the armor, it sort of has like a like Deku just kneels down, and the armor just opens up. Like if you guys seen the Flash, on Netflix, or the Flash, the series, uh, either on Netflix or on like TV. I don't know what channel it is, but I think it's just owned by Netflix now. I think it is. I don't remember. Where what is it called? Where what was it called? The villain in the third in season 4, season 3. Sorry, season 3. What was his name? Savitar. You know how Savitar's armor opens. Deku's armor opens like that, and Deku he just gets out, and the armor it kneels down, but it's still kneeling down, but shuts. And Deku he says, "I'll be right back," and Deku he gets in, and all the villains pop out, and they just see this one kid, and Kirigiri blocks all exits and like and stuff. And they just like the villains just start laughing, and Deku just shouts, "Hey, are you here for All Might?" Well, he's not here. Too bad. And all the other students are safe out of your clutches, you villains. And they say, "Oh, what's a little kid gonna do?" And Deku says, "Little kid? Aha. I don't think I don't think you should be calling me that." And Deku he just gets on all fours, and they just see him get on all fours, and they're like, "Oh, are you gonna like are you a dog or something like that?" Because they do see the ears and tail, and Deku he just starts morphing into a wolf, and they just see this, and they say, "Oh, he's a little puppy gonna do that," and then he just starts growing bigger and bigger into his 3 head forms, and like the villain says, "Oh shit," like they all say, "Oh shit," and the Nomu comes out and Shigaraki says, "Nomu, kill that beast," and the Nomu like, because I'm saying that the doctor who made the Nomu accidentally spilled like wolf blood when he was making the Nomu, and the Nomu just bows down to Deku because he has the collar and stuff, and Shigaraki says, "Nomu, get it," and the Nomu just won't go and get it. It's trying to, but it can't, because Deku he pretty much controls all wolves and anything that has a little bit of wolf DNA in it. So he says, "Come, servant," and and the and the Nomu just starts walking over to Deku, and he says, "Stay," and and then Deku he just charges up like this like fire thing, and is like and all 3 mouths, and he just lets them go, and it just like blasts all of the villains away. And I'm saying he is 150 feet tall, and that's pretty tall. So he hella big. So they're all pissing their pants and stuff like that, and all of that. All the villains are like knocked out, but Shigaraki and I'm just saying Shigaraki and Kirigiri just got away because plot. And Deku he just steps on the Nomu because he can tell that the Nomu is like not living or anything. He can sort of tell that it's just a husk. And and I'm saying Deku he turns back into his regular form, and he whistles, and yeah, his because I'm saying when he's in like his human form, he always has the crown on. I'm just saying that. But when he's in his armor, the crown, the crown obviously turns into his warhammer. But Deku just whistles, like, Wait, hold on. Sort of like that. But like, and the crown just starts, seeping into this like sort of rope thing, and just ties up all the villains. And he said to Aizawa, "Come in, you can come in now. I got the villains." And Deku just has like a little bit left, so he just burns the Nomu, and the Nomu's dead, like obviously. And they just see all these villains just knocked out and tied up, and Mr. Aizawa says, "Good job, Cerberus. I mean, Izuku." And Deku says, "Thanks, Dad." Well, when Mr. Aizawa says, "Good job," Deku's tail starts wagging and says, "Thanks, Dad." And obviously, because dogs have like emotion, or their emotions are attached to their tails, pretty much. And Deku, oops, resume. I don't know why that stopped. How long have I been recording for? 56 minutes. Okay. Now, yeah. All of that stuff. Now, they say that they get a week off or something, yada yada yada, about because of the USJ. Now Deku, he doesn't, no, I'm saying that like during this period, Deku says I should go back, because he says to Koda that every time that he visits, if he gets a free day, because I'm saying that Deku, he gave Koda I'm saying it's sort of, okay, I'm trying to explain this. It's like it's a clump of fur, but not really, and it's twined together. And Deku says when this glows, I'm gonna say blue, because it's like somewhat of a dark fur, dark patch that was twined together. And he says when this glows blue, it means that I'll be stopping by. And it glows blue, telling that he'll stop by like today. So Deku, he goes back to his wolf pack, see how like everything's going, and all of that. And then he goes to see Koda. you know Koda says, "Hi, Mr. Wolfie," yada yada yada. And Deku, he just says, you can just call me Cerberus." And Koda says, "Nope, I'm gonna call you Mr. Wolfie because I can." And Deku just turns into his wolf form, and he says, like he licks his face, and he just said it in his wolf form. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get over that. Anyway, all of that happens, and now it's time for the sports festival. For sports festival. Um, I got like 1 minute, but I'm gonna be making a part two. So, I mean a part three, because this is part two, and then I gotta do three. Should I do three? Yeah, I'm gonna do another one. And I'm just gonna, like, most of my videos are gonna be like near an hour long. Just because. I'm just gonna try. Oops. I'm just gonna try to get this to an hour long. And I don't really have that much time. Anyway, Deku, he does. It's time. Well, I'm just gonna get into detail because I don't have that much time left for this episode, and I am gonna be doing another episode. So Deku, he just hangs out with Koda and the wolf pack during this time, and he just has like a fun time. Oh, sorry. He just has a fun time with the wolf pack, and Deku, he has fun time with he has a fun time with Koda, and Sarah's and Jason's son Jack, he plays around with little Jack, and Jack is like a little bit older and stuff, because he's not, um, you know, little anymore, and stuff